So like I don't really we didn't really have any that we don't really have that many topics planned, but we're just gonna kind of go on the fly. So first of all, what do you think some of the things what do you think is going to consist of the January ban list? What do you think is going to happen?
I'm honestly afraid that little, if anything, is going to happen on the ban list. Like, I know that, we're not following OCG anymore, it seems. Um, I'm hoping that Sixth Sense and Return from the Different Dimension get banned.
They will. They will.
I said how Sixth Sense is that big of a deal, but
that was a dumb video.
It does provide like insane combos. So I do think it should get banned. I think it is ban worthy, but as a card itself, I mean, you can play around it.
I was playing against Dragons one time. I was using GKs. Dude has one card left in his hand. I have a Descendant on the board. He's got I think 4K. Yeah, so I hit him for the 2K. Like, all right, cool. So he draws his next card, and it's an MST, and I Dark Bribe it because he had his colors set up in the graveyard, but luckily, I had my Bribe, so I could keep the value on the board. So then he flips Sixth Sense, gets 6 cards to his hand. I'm like, okay, fuck you, and then he OTK'd me. I'm like, no, that's bullshit. Oh my god, I was so irritated. I raged on the guy so hard. He was like, this deck is skillful. I just outplayed you. I'm like, are you retarded? I was so mad because he drew another MST. I guess I kind of forgot to say that. He drew another MST. And that was the only other backer I had was a Bribe and then my Valley. So whoever says that Sixth Sense is not that big of a deal, does not know Yu-Gi-Oh! Flat out.
Right.
Can you play around it? Yeah, I mean you can play around any card technically, but holy shit, that card's overpowered. Like
in other news, Justin Blackman has been suspended indefinitely from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Cool story. The Jags suck. No, I'm kidding. I actually like the Jags.
They do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at the comments here, and they're like, "Thanks a lot, Justin. This has been a very disappointing season. Now we have to watch Shorts drop 2 times more balls if he's healthy." I'm actually laughing. Wow, the player who has been a bright spot. What was he doing? I hope it was more than just smoking weed.
I never really consider this to be much of a sports talk show or a sports talk show, especially since both of our teams, since both of our teams suck. After all.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Steelers aren't doing that well.
Steelers suck. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, I'm a huge Steelers fan. If you guys didn't catch on, I have like countless memorabilia whenever I film. You can see it in the background. Yeah, I'm a Steelers fan. He's a Jags fan. Both of our teams suck this year.
I don't really even consider myself a Jags fan because we're god awful. Like, there's no point even being a fan. Like, they make memes about us that say, "We won, ... the coin toss."
It's fucked up. Have the Jags ever even won a Super Bowl?
No. We've had good seasons. Like in 2009, we went 11-5, and then we had to go against the Patriots. We lost like 24-17 or 24-12. And then like back when we had Mark Brunell and like all the actual good players,
Mark Brunell's amazing.
Held the record. This is like 96 or something like that. We held the record for biggest blowout in like NFL history or something, and we beat the Miami Dolphins 64-0. And we had like a 16-0 season. Like, we were good back in the day. Like, when we had like Mark Brunell and everybody, like, we were good.
You lost Mark Brunell. You lost
Fred Taylor,
Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith was pretty good.
Yeah.
You guys lost all your players. Here's the thing is that I really don't. I have no problem with the Jags. I will make fun of them, but
please make fun of them like they deserve.
Yeah, we won. ... The coin toss. Yeah. I'll tell you what.
On Shadow Specters, because I haven't been keeping up with anything Shadow Spectre related. Like, I honestly, I kid you not, I have not touched my cards. Tomorrow will be a week. Like, I went to a locals a week ago just to test out Dragon Rulers.
Bitch.
I was testing it. Okay, Dad's build.
Bitch.
And I don't care.
Bitch.
I'm gonna run the best deck period.
Because you're a bitch.
So I was testing it out, and it was alright, but besides that, I haven't touched my cards in like a week. So I still have to build the London, England first place build that won the YCS in London. I'm going to build that, and if anyone has a Sixth Sense, hit me up. If not, I'm just going to buy it for my friend, hopefully cheap, because I want to get it for like $10 cash.
Well, I've been testing Dark World. That's been my primary deck a lot. Well, now secondary deck because GK's will always be my primary deck. But I've really been testing a variety of Dark World builds. And the funny thing is that I profiled my Dark World deck, and then I think 2 days
Oh my god, I hate this trick.
after that, I found a build that is so much better than the build that I profiled, like so much more consistent. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Really? So I'm thinking of profiling this new one since it is a lot. I will admit it's a lot better than my old one, but holy god, like I have to kind of explain, be like, so yeah, about that other Dark World profile, you know.
That one was bad compared to this one.
Well, no, I mean like the deck is good. The deck that I profiled was a good build. Don't get me wrong, but this one it has I guess a little bit. It's a little bit more creative, and this one is a lot better in my opinion. Just because like you're able to kind of win the beatdown game more often. You're able to go infinite grapha with beige a lot more. So
that's true.
Which is funny because like originally what I was playing around with just as kind of a joke was I took if you remember what was the guy's name Edward Toussaint, if you remember him from
Edward Toussaint.
Toussaint, but whatever. It's Toussaint, dude.
It seriously is Toussaint.
It's Toussaint. Yeah, he said
Chainz is related to Toussaint.
Well, the difference between Edward Toussaint and 2 Chainz is that Edward Toussaint actually has talent with something he does.
Oh, kill him.
No, but so I took his kind of skeleton, with the 2 silvers and the gold and that shit, and I kind of just took that and I kind of remade it as a joke because, like I said, clearly that deck would not work in this format just because it's not the same. Especially the fact that we don't.
Not the same. He
didn't have
Eradicators at 1.
Yep, and you still have not.
I'm so happy.
You still cannot give me one solid argument why Eradicator should not be at 3. You have not given me one.
I don't care.
Exactly. Like you're gonna keep like, oh my god, it needs to be hit. It needs to be hit. You cannot come up with a single argument.
I don't care. I'm just glad it's at 1. The end.
Yeah.
All that matters at the end of the day. That overpowered card went to 1, and I'm happy.
It's not OP in my opinion, but whatever. Like I said, I've stated my case far too much, and I'm the only person that there are basically 2 people that have disagreed with me about Eradicator going to 3, and that's you and Exodia the Tormentor. And
Exodia the Tormentor now. He's my new best friend.
Feels so replaced. No, I'm kidding. But he was basically one of the main reasons that he doesn't like EEV is just because of the fact that he runs Lockdown Exodia. That's his big thing.
Yeah.
So I can't blame him for not liking the card, but at the same time, I mean, come on. Like I got a sub one of my subs left a comment that said it was something like, "How would you like to get double EEV'd on your first turn?" And I said, well, to me, if they open as broken as that, then they deserve to win. Kind of the same as when Rabbit had 2 rabbits and shit like that. If they opened Logias set 4, then okay, you deserve to win. No, you don't really deserve to win, but okay, you got it. No big deal. Go games 2 and 3, especially in Dark World. Okay, games 2 and 3. Let me side in the DeFi and Macro, and then I'll side in Shadow Imps. Have fun, bro.
Have fun, jabroni.
Yeah, it's funny because people are like, oh my god, Dark Worlds would be tier 1. Dark Worlds were not tier 1. Well, in my opinion, they were, but not according to people. They weren't. But it's
what's your opinion on Shadow Specters?
Shadow Specters. I know about one.
I know I'd asked that at the beginning, and then we went off on some random tangent. But anyway,
I know one thing about Shadow Specters, and that's when the new Spirit support is coming out. So
and the Gravekeeper.
No, it's not coming out in Shadow Spectre.
It's not.
No, it's coming out later.
Bujin support.
To me, well, first of all, Bujins should not have been named Bujins. They should have been called War Gods and left them at that. But, oh my god, I fucking hate my dog. But Bujins are a cool deck. I've tried the deck out myself. They have their theme Colute and the ability to run Honest. I'm like, really? How the fuck is that fair? But whatever. No, they have their own theme Colute and the ability to run Honest. So basically, they run 4 Colutes. I'm like, what the fuck, really?
Yeah, buddy.
But to me, it's
that Bujingi turtle is just like a divine wrath on crack.
Oh yeah, it's good. I like Bujins. I don't really think they need support. I think there are plenty of decks like literally the 15 to 16 decks that I've already mentioned on my channel that need support. Plus,
Please tell me that you mentioned Crystal Beast.
Yeah, of course I mentioned Crystal Beast. And then plus, right now I have another list that I'm working on that has 7 more decks that need support. Well, actually, it's 6. I go with 6, but then, for example, I want to see Destiny board get support. Like, I want to see, like...
I want to see you, Joe Friendship, get support. Just
No, shut up.
I was thinking about that earlier while we were recording this, or while this was being recorded while you were talking about your decks, and a few days ago, and I was just thinking about your reaction, how you're like, who plays you, Joe Friendship?
I said that was like back in March or something that I said that.
That's hilarious. I want to see that get support. Just bring out a monster that says, add 1 Yujo Friendship from your deck to your hand. And if you do, you smack your opponent in the face and win the duel or something.
So
something stupid.
Because I can yell at you and be like, who plays Yujo Friendship? Who does that?
They have a new monster now. They have their own Stratos.
Yeah,
I think every deck should have its own Stratos.
No, not every deck. So you're saying the dragon
deck, like decks that need support. Like for example, like even Crystal Beasts have their own Stratos. They just need more support other than that.
Worms, maybe?
And stuff like
well, no, I mean worms have their Stratos, but it's a fucking flip effect.
And Boojins have their own Stratos, like G-Nexes have their own Stratos in the form of G-Nex Neutron.
I think that here's the 7 decks that I have listed for 10 more decks that need support. No, 6, my bad. Arcana Force needs support, but the fact that it's just a luck sack deck, literally, that it's lucky. That's all you get. I doubt they'll ever get support.
It's the definition of luck sack.
Yeah. And people will yell at me because I'm a Dark World player. Whatever. Destiny board, like I said, I think Destiny board. If they got Destiny board support, that'd be so badass. Like if they could have a field spell that says you can have 5 more spell and trap card slots, like that'd be so cool. But whatever. Ancient Gears, Worms. Here's something not a whole lot of people agree with me with. I say agents deserve support. Now hang on, because here's the core. When you look at their core, this is agents. They have a great boss monster, a great searcher, and that's it. Like they have nothing pretty much. Like they're like, oh, Jupiter. It's like Jupiter isn't that good. It really isn't. And you can only sit on Gachi for so long before I smack over it with my Grapha and then I kill you. You know, it's like, it's just, to me, they need support. They need a lot of support. Not a lot, but they need something.
True that.
Here's something else is that I think anti-meta. If they can make some sort of like some sort of general, not general, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's a I don't know. It's a card that isn't part of an archetype. I forget the word. I'm drawing a blank here. And there's a long silence. Whatever.
I have no idea. I'm trying to figure out the card too. I have no idea.
But no, so like I think if they gave more anti-meta cards like Thunder King and stuff like that, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I talked about this in my video 10 more decks that need support. Where I said that if they can make like some kind of a like just general lockdown deck, like if they made a bunch of cards that locked you down from doing this, and that, you know what I mean? I think that'd be pretty cool. If they just made like a general, like for example, anti-meta is a bunch of random shit thrown together that happens to work together, right? Right. Yeah. So if they made
Sorry, I was trying to understand the question.
So if they made a bunch of random cards, they could prevent your opponent from, let's say, special summoning, using monster effects, attacking me directly, and maybe having some sort of win condition, or something to that nature. I mean, I basically just described Lockdown Exodia, but I mean, if they made some kind of, in general lockdown deck, like maybe your opponent couldn't summon monsters or something like that, I think that'd be pretty cool. That would definitely be a staple deck of mine. But I talked about that. I think that'd be a cool idea.
I just saw this picture on Facebook, MP3, MP4, and it shows an MP5 with a gun, and it shows the dude with a beard, holding a beer, and then he also has a beard. I forget his name, and it says, well, that escalated quickly.
Oh, yeah, that's, I think it's Will Ferrell, but I'm not sure.
I think it is, too. Yeah, honestly, I haven't kept up with Shadow Specters at all.
I just know that that's when spirits are getting their Stratos.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome.
exactly.
You guys don't know what we're talking about.
I've been so busy that I just haven't had time to keep up with Shadow Specters. And honestly, there's nothing in the set that I really care about other than the Bujin support. I mean, if Bujins become good, I mean, Dragon Rulers, as far as we know, will just dominate the format. So even with the new Bujin support, vampires aren't going to do anything. I'm sorry to say, you guys, they're just a bad deck. Even
They're
with
not a
that
bad
support,
deck. They're not bad at all.
they're going to be bad. I hate to say it, but I mean, through testing, you will know that even with the new support, vampires are bad. Like, I went against a vampire player on DN. He was using the field spell and all that, and I destroyed him. There was just nothing that he could do.
You're using E-Dragons, you hypocrite.
Exactly. Like, comparing it to the top tier decks, it's just not going to keep up.
Well, then let me ask
I can see
you.
it being a tier 2 deck at most, but unfortunately, it cannot keep up, in my opinion.
Well, then here, let me ask you
my
this.
opinion. I'm sorry.
Did you play a single, or did you play a round?
I played a match.
Oh. What did he side in against you?
He never told me. I'm assuming he just sided in the typical whatever you would side, Vandy's Emptiness, Iron Walls, and all that stuff. I don't know how vampires work. I just know that I've seen people use them, and even people have told me that have used them that they're not good. They're just too slow.
You're talking to a GK player when you're talking about slow here. Yeah, look.
No, but I'm saying, like, if vampires don't have one big boss monster. Like, people can try using the older vampires, that's fine, but the older vampires are just outdated, period. That's just a fact. They just don't work. Like, from what people told me, it's like, you can't use the old vampires. It's kind of cool, but it just doesn't help with the archetype. Like, there's not one thing that you're shooting for. It's just basically to set up your field with a bunch of synchros and vampires and kind of go off from there and have the field spell to help lock down your opponent. They don't really have one big push, you know what I mean? It's kind of like guard feed. They don't have one big push. They just kind of use their card advantage against the opponent and hope to make them run out of resources.
Well, keep in mind, though,
E-Dragons is practically impossible because they have two decks, the main deck and the graveyard.
Well, keep in mind, though, that GKs don't really have one.
Excited for.
Keep in mind, the GKs don't have.
I'm sorry,
you keep in mind, the GKs don't per se have one single push, but they still top regionals.
No, I know that. That's why I'm saying vampires are like guard beat, or as you said, they're like gravekeepers. They don't have one big thing, but even then, gravekeepers, they have the visionary. They have royal tribute.
Okay, first of all, visionary sucks. Don't get. Okay, hang on. I have a couple of issues with that. Okay, first of all, don't give me. Oh, well, you have visionary. Visionary sucks ass through a straw.
No,
and second of all. And second of all,
get that. I'm saying, for example, there are cards that stick out in the set. For example, when you say Royal Tribute, people immediately think of Gravekeepers because that's a card that stands out in the set. When you're playing against Gravekeepers, what stands out in your mind? The one Royal Tribute.
Yeah, there's actually rumors that say that Tribute's going to go to 2 again in January, which I hope so.
You just wanted 3. I know you.
Oh, of course I wanted 3. I've stated my case so many goddamn times why it should be a 3. And again, the thing that I love though is that there are my subs that'll say, because my subs are cool, unlike yours. No,
I know a lot of your subs are like, I just like whenever you just sit down and talk, like you're like a philosopher or something, just examining the world.
No, here's the thing: is that my subs are cool. There are some of my subs that are like, hey, I see your perspective, I agree. Then there are others that are like, I see where you're coming from, but I don't agree. And that's what I like. That's what I like. Yeah. Most about my channel. I don't know
what my subs want out of me. I think my subs just want their profiles for me to be honest, which kind of sucks.
But then there's those idiots that comment like, when I have made my case, I'll give you an example. My 10 reasons why Tribute should be at 3 video, which got pretty much no views. No, it got like 30 or 40, but for the time was big. But nowadays it's like, wow, that video flopped. But the thing about that video is that
all my videos flop.
Is that there are some that are like, yeah, I see where you're coming from. And then there are others that even after I've stated my case, don't counter any of my points and instead just say, no, it should stay at 1. It's like, what? Did you listen to what?
No.
Yeah.
like my video with multiple ban lists in a single year. No.
That was the most irritating. I think that was the most irritating, like, Chinese water torture video I've ever seen in my life.
I'm sorry, but I was flipping out. I nearly shat a brick.
That video was almost as repetitive as a Lil Wayne song.
or what does the fox say?
If I hear that song one more goddamn time.
Oh, I hope that there's a sound effect for here where I can play what the fox say.
I will kick you. I swear to Christ.
Uh,
No, I will come down to
I'm gonna
Florida
kick
and
you through the
I will
computer.
come down to Florida and I will kill you.
I will find you and I will kill you.
I saw it showed Michael Jordan and he was on the phone and it says, "I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna lift you." And it shows that obese baby that became a meme and it shows him on the phone and it says, "Good luck."
Oh my god. Or like you're saying, how your subs are really chill. You have the subs that you all just listed, and then you also have your subs that are just complete jerks, and then you have the subs that say, "What's your intro music?"
Ah. I hear that question. Oh my god! Like every goddamn day, I'm asked, "What is your intro music?"
Speaking of which, I do have a question to ask you.
Okay, if you ask what's my intro music, I'm killing you.
Which, damn it.
Saw that coming.
Damn it. That's what I was gonna add.
Yeah, I know.
I was hoping you'd say, does it involve Canadian trivia? And I could be like, only if it's what your intro music is.
No, she's English actually.
Oh, you want to be high for? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll just say it right now since I've answered so many times. My intro music is a song called "High for This" by Ellie Goulding, and it's not the original song. It's the Patrick Reza Patrich or Patrick
CH.
Shut up. No, it's PatrickReza. It's the Patrick Reza remix. There you go. There you go, assholes.
Get your 10 joints in a row on 93.3 the BJ.
I hope that turns into kind of like a thing, like you know how in wrestling, like you don't call wrestlers by their names. It's just not something you do. I hope that becomes a thing with my channel. Like you don't ask me what my theme music is, or what
I think
my
people
intro.
just to be trolls. Like you're going to get that question.
Yeah, I know. I have a feeling that so far, at least once in my YouTube career, someone has asked me that because they know I hate the question.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's happened at least once. I mean, come on. Like, so many people have asked me.
Or twice, because it's also probably me.
Yeah, probably, because you're an asshole. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I troll your videos, like, every once in a while. Like, maybe once every...
You troll my videos every now and again, I'll admit.
Hey, but it's fun, and you know it's all in good fun. I like it, though, when your subs, like, reply, and they're like, who is that idiot? And they don't get the joke.
And yeah, you're the one that's helped me get into where I am today.
Oh,
and I helped you get to where you are today.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Oh no, we lost a viewer. So that's another inside joke is the viewer count. But no, but like we kind of like helped each other climb up the ladder. Really, I mean.
Yeah, and I mean now that we're both basically at the same amount of subscribers, if one of us gets bigger, and then we do a video together, then the other will gain subscribers off of the other.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't really make any sense. But what I'm saying is like, let's say for example, Gage has 500 subs and I have 300. And we do like a video together, I'll gain subs. If I end up getting to like 1,000 subs and he has 900, we do a video together, he'll get bigger. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll essentially pretty much almost always be equal in subs, which is pretty cool.
I mean, the thing that I think is funny though is that I kind of look at my life the way it was before I started YouTube. Like I think about it literally a year ago, and my life was like so much different. Like it's unbelievable.
Really?
Like personally, and the fact that like at school, for example, and then YouTube. I didn't know you I didn't know you a year ago. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know pretty much anything about video making.
Beautiful.
And it's kind of funny to look at and think about. You know what I mean?
And 5 years ago, almost 5.5. In December, it'll be 6 years. I was an 11-year-old kid making videos.
But with the amount of time with the amount of videos you made, I think I've actually passed you in video amounts.
Yeah, because you post daily, and I deleted like a bunch of my videos. Like I had some old videos on there that I was just cannot believe I made. Like I'm not going to talk about what they were. They weren't anything inappropriate, but it was just so embarrassing looking back at it.
I have only deleted one video in my life, only one.
Which was?
My chain burn video, because it was like, what, did I really have a reason for posting that video, or was it just?
Oh yeah, and I deleted my chain burn rant. Oh my god, that was my chain burn rant.
Yeah, no, I met you through Vexy because of your self-destruct button video. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, this white boy. No, I'm kidding. I was like, really, this guy. Literally, this is my thought process. I'm not joking at all. This is my thought process. I was like, okay, this guy is such a troll. Subbed. And then he made that Chainburn rant, and I just threw my head back. I was laughing because I agreed with everything you said. At least at the time, I don't fully agree with what you said
I
now.
don't even remember what I said
You were
looking
like,
back at it. I just remember that people were calling me a homophobe all because I said this deck is gay.
well, I mean, I don't like when people call things gay. I mean, I'm not gay. Let me before the rumors even start. No, I'm completely. I'm not gay. But the whole thing is that I don't like it when people say, instead of stupid, they're like, "Oh, that's gay." It's like, no, fuck you. No, but you were like raging so hard in that video.
I was raging. Like that's me typically on a regular basis. Like whenever I get mad,
It was.
And it's kind of almost wanted me like looking back on it because I was just in traffic the other day, and I was raging so hard. I was like, if I had a video camera right now and just be raging because my friends find it funny too whenever I rage. Like my friend,
It's hysterical.
His name is Kyle, and what they did was my friend Kyle, he poked a hole in his water bottle. He started squeezing the water on me, and he got water on my pants. So I was like, "You fat ass tub of lard! Why'd you put water on my pants?" Like I was flipping out. Like I was cussing every other word. Like I get PO'd when I get PO'd. Like I'm like the Hulk. I'm like Trevor from GTA 5, pretty much.
I think it's hysterical. I still to this day wish you hadn't deleted that Chainburn rant because I thought it was hilarious. Because
I know, but also at the same time, I don't want a-holes coming onto my channel because, like, as I always say on my channel, I deserve just the same amount of respect as Gage deserves, as M. Cole 40 deserves. Just because I have a low amount of subs doesn't mean I deserve less respect than Vexy or Robbie or Gage or whoever. You respect me, I respect you. YouTube is a business. If you're going to come on to essentially my business and ruin it, I'm going to delete you, I'm going to block you, and if I have to, I'm going to report you.
I've only blocked a handful of people because I don't really see the need to block. Because like here's the. I think I've said this to you before, but I'll just say it kind of to the general public of whoever's watching.
I actually just now checked how many people I blocked. I have 21 people blocked.
Here's the thing, though, is that
that's through years of YouTube. Like I blocked a kid that goes to my school because he left a really mean comment on one of my videos because he went to my old school back in 8th grade. He's like, "You fail epically," so I blocked him. And let's see if I can't pull up the name here. Anyways,
no, don't say the name. Don't say the name. Don't say the name.
No, I'm not gonna say the names.
So here's the thing is that like I'll give you an example. Like here, if you come onto my I remember I made a video. I made my Slim and Kiko video. That holy shit, that video that video has I think almost 900 views. I was like, God damn.
Wow, that's like my Simon E video. That was like over 10,000, I think.
I really did not expect that. I just kind of made it because I wanted to get my opinion out there. I wasn't trying to get views or anything. But there are two comments. I'll give you the two comments. One of the comments said, "I see where you're coming from, and I understand both sides, but I agree with Slim and Kiko because it's their channel. They can do what they want." And I was like, okay, that's fine. There is no way if you were to leave a comment like that I would block you. It was too reasonable. You have a different opinion than me. Okay, fucking great. We all have opinions. But if you come onto my video and leave a comment like one of the that'd be my Facebook. And if you come onto my channel and you leave me a comment that says, "Hey, you're a fucking idiot," and it's their channel, they can do whatever they want. Well, then, gee, what do you expect except for me to click block you, jerk?
That's what I don't with most of these people. Like most of these people have like left just like mean comments, and so I've blocked them. Shout out to Bloodsucker123.
God damn it. But I don't like blocking
if
like
anyone
people
is familiar with the name that I just said, yes, he's on my block list.
Blocking people isn't a bad thing in my opinion. Like I've never thought that blocking people is that bad of a thing. Like
honestly, I don't see the big deal in saying people's names. Like you just now heard me. I just said a name that was on my block list, and rewind the video after this is already recorded if you need to rehear it. But I just now said it. But yeah, like I don't have a problem with it. Like I'm not all about for revenge, like an eye for an eye. I'm not all for that. But if someone hurts you like bad, like whether it be family, emotionally, or whatever, I think you have the right to do what you need to do.
Well, yeah, I mean I agree, but if, like
you also don't want to be stepped on. You know what I mean? Like I think it's just because me as a kid, I was bullied, so
oh, dude, you have no clue.
I don't want to be stepped on. Like if someone wants to get mad at me, I will gladly say in my next video, hey, shout out to Bloodsucker123. He left me a mean comment and now in my block list. So yeah, go check out his channel. By check out, I mean you know what to do.
Any exposure is good exposure. That's the one thing you seem to not understand. Oh my god, this guy was such an idiot. This guy trolls Slim, trolls Kiko, trolls everyone. I'm not gonna say his name. I talked about him on the NLB I did with Raph. Raph, aka the Undead Keeper, on YouTube. Check him out. Basically, and I was talking to this one guy. I made my deck profile like the one that really, shot me up in the air. I got like 70 or 80 subs out of it. It was the video I got on Capital G's channel. For those you don't know, it was a jog and field control profile.
I cannot believe he's on his channel, and I can't get on his channel. So he's like, "You got to post daily."
He didn't say that.
Yeah, no. He said you got to post daily.
No, Infected Xenon.
He never responded to my message.
No, Infected Xenon said you have to post daily for 2 weeks.
Oh.
You always get them confused.
Sorry, I thought that was Capital G. My bad. Anyways, he never responded to my message about posting on his channel, so I'm just like, whatever. Anyways, continue.
But I got the profile on his channel, and it really got me a lot of views. But it was really cool of him. So again, thank you very much, Capital G. I appreciate it. But then someone left a comment because it was a very mixed bag as far as reactions were.
Because I was looking at the comments and it was really, really mixed. Like, some people were like, "This is really cool," but then other people were like, "What do you do in this situation?" And some people were just like, "This is bad."
I said one thing in the video that I really screwed up on. I should have elaborated on. I said that most people were not running spellcaster-based decks, and what I meant by that was like, Crusader of Endemion, Jaugen the Spiritualist, or Magician this, or BLS. Well, BLS is a warrior, but you know what I mean. Like, different cards like that are not used, but I said spellcasters in general, and I completely disregarded prophecies and didn't elaborate on it. And everybody, oh my god, I got so many comments from people being like, "Yeah, apparently you don't know the tier 1 deck," and I was like, "Oh my god." But I did reply to a lot of comments, and I think a lot of people were seeing my points of view. And people were, it was a very, very mixed video. It was because a lot of people were like, this is cool. It's glad to see some creativity in Yu-Gi-Oh! And that was really cool. And then there were others, like you said, they were like, you're a fucking idiot. And then there were the kind of the mixed ones where they were like, what happens in this situation? And I'll reply to those comments, which are cool. I must have replied to probably 10, 15 comments because people were asking me. There were some that were asking good questions, and some were just curious about different situations, and that was cool. But it was kind of funny because that really gave me a thicker skin because like up until that point I hadn't really experienced being hated on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At least on the internet. Like in real life, oh my god, I was bullied like from 4 to 13, whatever. but I had never had my opinion taken the way it was, and it was kind of odd, but it did give me a thicker skin. So
yeah.
I am
by
glad.
The way, I sent you this thing on Skype.
No, I'm not online right now, but I'll look at it later. But so it was cool that that I was able to I got like 70, 80 subs. Like that's a really big thing.
That is awesome. But anyways, I have to I gotta go jet. But really that's all I was saying on Skype, by the way, Gage. But I had fun doing NLB again. Like, I've been so busy and just so caught up in stuff that it's been insane. And I really like doing NLB. It's one of those things where I'm like, it's like one of those things where it's like, man, I gotta go do NLB. But then it's like once I get into it, I'm just like, it's a good time.
Yeah,
it kind of gets me prepped for the weekend of Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for showing us all the support. And I'm gonna let Gage take it away because this is his show, and
nah.
It was your idea.
Well, buddy, this is our show because you are my co-host. So.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you make me blush.
Oh god. Alright, you guys. So Avery has to go. We'll stop the show. No big deal. Next week we're gonna see if I can get Exotic Tormentor on the show again, or Raph aka the Keeper on the show again.
Nicki Minaj, Justin Bieber.
No, I'll kill Nicki Minaj, and Justin Bieber's a douchebag. So.
What does the fox say?
No, kill yourself. No, so yep, you guys, that's our show. Hope you enjoyed. Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed us tracking.
You got the Google Flex working.
Yep. I'm glad that you guys were happy that we tracked down Nicki Minaj and killed her again. Yep. Nicki Minaj. Yes. All right. I think our next target is going to probably be Fred. So we have to hunt down Fred and kill him. So.
Yes.
Yep. You guys. I'm just kidding. Lucas.
Halloween.
Lucas Cruikshank. However you pronounce his name. He's from what I've heard, he's actually a really nice kid.
Crookshank.
Lucas Cruikshank. He's the like Crookshanks from Harry Potter.
Sounds like crotch.
No, but Lucas Cruikshank. From what I've heard, from what I've heard, he's actually a really nice guy. So I'll leave him alone. But Fred, he's a totally separate story. No, but so yep. Our next target is going to be Fred, unless Nicki Minaj comes out with another album. But so, yep, you guys, that's our show. In all seriousness, thank you so much for the support recently. I'm almost at 300 subs. Thank you guys so much for the support. Subscribe to Avery. Subscribe to me. And until next video, and until next Friday, we will see you guys.
We can give each other a Yu-Gi-Oh! Hand high five thing. Yeah.
I was on a good rant there, man.
I was about to say bro fist, but then I didn't want people to call me a PewDiePie impersonator.
No, we see the difference between you and PewDiePie is that you have talent.
Thanks, bro.
All right, yeah. So I guess I'll be serious here for a moment. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I know Avery appreciates it as well as I. I'm almost at 300. Let's see if we can get 300 by maybe the next week. So hope you guys enjoy. We'll be back next Friday for another episode of NLB, hopefully with Avery $32. And until next video, and until next time, we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Bye. Where's the clock? Where's the clock? Wait, I must do the clock.
That's the cue to end it, Sherlock.
You gotta press it this time.
Fine. That's the cue to end it, Sherlock.
Yes, in simultaneous. Alright, I gotta go now. I'll talk to you later.
Alright,
that was
later,
fun.
Bro.
Alright, bye.
Skybug.
Bro, fish, bye.